Those who are aspiring to write civil service exam in the year 2026-2027, CSBIS Academy is starting a new batch on April 23rd on Wednesday. The new name of the batch is Vishwavasu. As this is a Telugu New Year this year, Vishwavasu batch we are launching on April 23rd with our auspicious name. Those who are interested to take coaching online or offline in English medium, they can approach CSBIS Academy. They can directly come to the Hyderabad and take coaching, or they can access this coaching online also. This coaching, the time frame of this coaching is 11 months, and we cover all the subjects with respect to prelims and mains. Those who are really interested to take coaching for civil services, they can access CSBIS Academy through these phone numbers. They can call, they can ask their queries. The phone numbers are displayed on the in front of the video and also in the comments box of the video. Thank you. Phone numbers and further details can be found in the description box below the video. Interested candidates who want to join this course can fill the Google form which is given in the description box below the video. Let us discuss today's important current affairs. India-Uzbekistan joint exercise, Dastlik, the Indian Army contingent set off 5th edition of India-Uzbekistan joint military exercise, Dastlik, scheduled to take place from April 15 to April 28, 2025 in Termiz, the Republic of Uzbekistan. This exercise marks another milestone in the growing military cooperation between India and Uzbekistan. Exercise Dastlik, conducted alternatively in India and Uzbekistan, serves as a platform to enhance military cooperation and combine capabilities to execute joint operations in challenging terrains. So, this is the story. India, Uzbekistan joint exercise. Coming back, ED filed a charge sheet naming Sonia Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi and other important Congress leaders in National Herald case. National Herald is a newspaper that was established during freedom struggle in the year 1938. In the year 1937, Jawaharlal Nehru floated Associated General Limited, and many of the freedom fighters at that time have contributed funding for these Associated Journals. And Associated Journals company have launched a newspaper called National Herald. It was under the initiative of Pandit Nehru, and Associated Journals purchased properties to run the newspaper in Delhi, in Panchkula, in Lucknow, Mumbai, and in some other places, Bhopal also. So now the property runs almost more than 3-4,000 crores. The cost of the property is more than 3 to 4,000 crores. National Herald newspaper eventually after independence, it ran into losses. Finally, it was closed in 2008. And to protect that newspaper, All India Congress Committee, that is Congress Party, have given almost 90 crore loan in various phases. In spite of that, the paper could not sustain. Associate General Limited, 75% of the shares were transformed to the newly floated company, Young India Limited. Young India, majorly owned by Rahul Gandhi, Sonia Gandhi, and Oscar Fernandez, Motilal Ohra, etc. And Young India Limited have got the shares of Associate General Limited by paying 50 lakh rupees. And the property runs more than thousands of crores. The properties of Associate General Limited. The argument of Congress lawyers was, Young India Limited have not taken any profits out of it till now. But the thing is, how come you can purchase shares for 50 lakh rupees, whereas the Associate General Limited got almost thousands and thousands of crores worth property? Mr. Subramanian Swamy have filed a case in the Metropolitan Court in 2012. From 2021 onwards, Enforcement Directorate have booked a case under Prevention of Money Laundering Act and started investigating. Yesterday, a charge sheet was filed on various leaders including Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi, and PMLA Act is very, very tough. It's very difficult to come out of it. So, this is the story of National Herald case. Coming back, Tamil Nadu CM and Tamil Nadu government, I can say, Tamil Nadu CM and DMK President M.K. Stalin announced a high-level committee headed by a retired Supreme Court judge to protect the rights of states. Tamil Nadu formed a high-level committee headed by a retired Supreme Court judge to protect the rights of states. A move that comes shortly after the state of Tamil Nadu won the battle in the Supreme Court against the governor of Tamil Nadu, who stalled almost 12 bills and who sat on bills for almost 3 to 4 years. The committee, the high-level committee, will be headed by the former Supreme Court judge, Justice Kurian Joseph, to protect the legitimate rights of the states as provided in the Constitution and strengthen relationship between the union and state governments according to Stalin. So, this is the news. Coming to the other important news, there is a news with respect to Right to Information Act and Digital Personal Data Protection Act. This news, I wish to tell you, transparency versus privacy. In fact, the debate is all about transparency versus privacy. See, exactly 20 years back, in the year 2005, RTI Act came into force. RTI Act ensures transparency. In the year 2019, major amendments were made to RTI Act. Particularly, earlier, before 2019, information commissioners used to enjoy same security of tenure and privileges as election commissioners used to enjoy. After that, in 2019, that privilege and enjoyment of security of tenure and other aspects with respect to election commissioners were denied to RTI commissioners, and central government will decide about the security of tenure and other things with respect to information commissioners. So again, in 2025, there is a news that RTI Act is being amended. What is this all about? Why Digital Personal Data Protection Act and RTI Act? Why there was a discussion about these two acts? As you all know, in 2023, we have an act called Digital Personal Data Protection Act. In 2017, in Puttaswamy and others versus Union of India, right to privacy was declared as a fundamental right. And most of our information is available online and social media and other medias. So, digital personal data protection is also very, very important. How data is being shared, how our data is being used, that's very important. According to Section 8, Clause 1, Clause J of RTI Act, there is a provision. Personal information cannot be shared unless it is shared on public interest. Unless there is a public interest involved in it, personal interest cannot be shared under RTI. For example, I have my personal information. Unless my personal information is related to public interest, my personal interest, if it is not of any use to public interest, it cannot be shared. In the same way, and if my personal information is very, very important to the public interest, then it can be shared. And what all information can be shared with legislators, parliamentarians, the same information can be shared to the common public also. All these provisions are there in Section 8, Clause 1, Clause J of RTI Act. So, I will tell you two examples. For example, I have taken loan from bank. I have made it NPA, non-performing asset. So, initially the information was denied whether Balata madam have taken loan or not and whether it have become NPA or not. Now, if you take money from the bank, whose money is that? Public money. Later, Supreme Court said, yes, NPS with respect to even individual persons can be revealed. Next important thing, almost 83 crores of Indian population are getting PDS under Food Security Act, Public Distribution System. So, overall data can be given, but sometimes to avoid duplication on some certain public interests, certain specific data can also be given under Section 8, Clause 1, Clause J. But under Digital Personal Data Protection Act, Section 44, Clause 3, now under Digital Personal Data Protection Act, rules are being framed. All the information which can be revealed without any exception under Section 8, Clause 1, Clause J. In the name of privacy, no personal information can be revealed. Now, in the name of privacy, no personal information can be revealed, even on public interest. For example, if some of my personal information invades my privacy, though it is on public interest, that information cannot be revealed. So, the riders that were given in Section 8, Clause 1, Clause J is applicable only to the few cases. Most of the information can be given in the name of transparency. Now, in the name of privacy, most of the personal information is being hidden. So, that is a debate between RTI Act and DPDP Act, Digital Personal Data Protection Act. There is an issue that is coming up. Coming back, in a historic medical breakthrough, the world's first baby has been born through a fully automated IVF procedure powered by artificial intelligence and robotics. Developed by Conceivable Life Sciences, a biotechnology firm based in New York, this revolutionary system automates the entire intracytoplasmic sperm injection process, ICSI. Intracytoplasmic sperm injection. This entire process will be automatic through using artificial intelligence and robotics. So, the world's first baby born using fully automated AI IVF system. So, using artificial intelligence and robotics, the world's first baby has been born through a fully automated IVF procedure using AI and robotics. Intracytoplasmic sperm injection involves a skilled embryologist manually injecting a single sperm into egg, a process that has been used since 1990s. While effective, The manual nature of the procedure introduces variability due to fatigue, human error, and different levels of expertise. Now, AI guided the ICSI procedure will be error proof. So, injecting the sperm will be guided by AI, not manually. It's very, very advanced medical treatment using AI and robotics. Big news. It happened in New York. It happened in New York. The other news that is coming up, in fact, I can say it's a bad news from America. American Congress introduces a bill aims to end work permits for international students after graduation. International students looking to study in the US and work after graduation may be disappointed if the new law about the work permit goes into effect. American lawmakers have introduced a bill in Congress titled Fairness for High Skilled Americans Act of 2025 to end the optional practical training program. The optional practical training program is a popular work option available to the students on a F1 visa that provides student visa holders with temporary employment authorization before or after completion of studies. So, unless you have a lot of money, you can't go to America right now for studies because you are not allowed to work outside. Foreign students are not allowed to work outside. Coming back, good news from Telangana. Telangana government to bring a new act for welfare of gig and platform workers. Telangana Chief Minister Revanth Reddy directed officials to seek the people's opinion on draft bill aiming at providing social security to gig and platform workers and finalize it after taking suggestions, recommendations and objections. The Chief Minister, who held a special meeting with gig workers, union representatives and senior officials, instructed the authorities to make the draft bill and upload it online to seek the public opinion. So, this is the story. If welfare measures are not implemented for gig workers, there might be a chance of liability of criminality. So, there might be a criminal liability also. So, coming back, the next important news, retail inflation eases to 3.34%, lowest since 2019. Retail inflation, also known as consumer price index inflation, tracks the change in retail prices of goods and services which household purchases for their daily consumption. What we all purchase for our daily consumption, retail prices. It's called retail inflation, also called as consumer price index inflation. So, now retail inflation is lowest since 2019. It eases to 3.34% in India. Retail inflation eased to a 5.5-year low of 3.34% in March from 3.61% in previous month, mostly due to lowered food prices. According to data from Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation, vegetables, eggs and pulses were relatively cheaper, though edible oil and fruits continued to see high inflation. Rural inflation came in at a lower 3.25% in March, down from 3.79% in February, though urban inflation increased marginally from 3.32% in February to 3.43% in March. Fuel and light inflation increased moderately. Fuel and light inflation increased moderately to 1.48%, with prices rising for the first time since September 2023. Consumer food price inflation hit a 3-year low of 2.7% in March. So, overall, retail inflation have come down. In India, retail inflation have come down. So, good news that is coming up. Supreme Court flays Allahabad High Court judge for insensitive remarks. So, with respect to raping of a minor girl, Allahabad High Court judge have given insensitive remark. Supreme Court on April 15th voiced perplexity at repeated judicial observations in orders emanating from Allahabad High Court is in one of the oldest and largest constitutional courts with respect to women. The Supreme Court, was hearing a suo motu case on an order passed by Justice Ram Manohar Narayan Mishra on March 17th, which concluded that groping and breaking the paisma string of a minor did not add up to the grievous crime of attempt of rape. Justice Sanjay Kumar Singh of the same court had later granted bail to a rape accused in separate case, while remarking the survivor invited trouble and was responsible for the same. What is happening in this High Court? Why make all these observations? Justice B.R. Gawai, heading a bench with Justice A.G. Masi, remarked. So, the court have made very insensitive remarks towards a minor girl, towards an attempt of rape against a minor girl. So, Supreme Court have given stern remarks on Allahabad High Court judge who have given such insensitive remarks. Coming back, India Meteorological Department forecasts above normal monsoon. Particularly in Telugu states, we can see more rains in the coming season. India is likely to receive above normal monsoon rainfall or 5% more than the historic average of 87 centimeters. The India Meteorological Department said on Tuesday, that is on April 15th. Were this to bear out, it would be a second year of above normal rainfall as India received 8% more than the historic average from June to September last year. So, this is the story. We can have above normal rains this year. This is a story that is coming up. We are going to have above normal rains for this year. India Meteorological Department is predicting above normal rains in India. So, US, you are telling US citizen was erroneously sent back, deported to El Salvador. Supreme Court said he should be brought back to America. But Trump administration is telling as US do not have any jurisdiction on El Salvador, they cannot bring back the citizen, US citizen who was mistakenly sent to deported to El Salvador. There is a constitutional crisis between the Supreme Court and the government in America, where mistakenly an American citizen was sent to El Salvador, deported to El Salvador. It's a very interesting news.